This AI agent is running on cloud right now. Every Thursday at 7 p.m., this agent wakes up by its own, generates 30 potential clients for your business and drops them into this Google yoga classes, Pilates classes, martial arts schools, all of it. My laptop will remain closed and I will touch nothing. But still, this will keep on generating leads for me. I built it using Claude Code and deployed it using trigger.dev. It cost me $0 and I have zero coding knowledge as well. By the end of this video, you will be able to do the exact same thing. I'm Achuth Gramesh. I'm a performance marketer with no coding background. Here is the problem that this video solves. If you have built anything using Claude Code, you know the frustration. Your agent only works when your laptop is on. The moment you close the lid, your agent dies. And this is not called automation. This is called babysitting actually. Trigger.dev fixes that. It takes the agent that Claude Code builds and deploys it to cloud server, and it runs 24/7 on a schedule that you decide. If something fails, it retries automatically. And you can watch every single step it takes live on a completely clean dashboard. The free plan covers everything that we will be doing today. No credit card, no paid APIs. And when I say it's beginner friendly, I mean it. We are not writing a single line of code. Here is the plan for today. First, we tell Claude Code what exactly we want in plain English using claude.md file, which I'll just pin in the comment. So you can just download it and use it for yourself. Second, we test this agent locally and watch real leads landing into our Google Sheet. Third, we push all these codes to GitHub repo in just one command. And finally, we deploy it to trigger.dev. And from that moment, it runs every week whether your computer is on or not. So let's build it. I'm right now in VS Code. First of all, I'll start by creating a folder for our demo in VS Code. This one is from Claude Skills, which I shared a video yesterday. If you have not watched that yet, please watch it. The first thing that I'll do is click on File, Open Folder. I will create a new folder, say Deploy Agents, open. So I'm using Claude Code using VS Code. So if you're someone new, a complete beginner who has never used VS Code or Claude Code, then I would suggest that you watch that video and then come here. You'll be able to apprehend much better. Then you open the Claude Code portion of it like this. It will look like this. Then what you need to do is you need to drag and drop the claude.md file for this and trigger.ref.md file, which I'll be attaching in the comment section. I'll pin it in the comment section. You guys can download it and upload it right into your file section. So I have downloaded it. Just you got this. Here. It's uploaded. So this claude.md file acts as a system prompt for this agent. It is more or less like an instruction manual of how to use it, what is the role of this agent, like it is an automation builder, and how the process should be, what should be the workflow, like understand the process, research about it, and then clarify, then plan, build, and deploy. All of that stuff. Ask questions whenever it's not able to understand what this agent needs to do. It needs to ask me questions, right? So all of that. Tech stack, it should be able to protect the API keys that I will be sharing. All of that is mentioned over here. That is the purpose of claude.md file. Even without the claude.md file, it will be able to create the code, but it would be vague. It won't know what exactly to do well and how to do it. All of that comes from this MD file. And the second file, which is trigger.ref.md file, this is like an instruction for the agent. It contains the code examples of how to create the right code, examples about creating recurring tasks, how to work on the background tasks, retrying on the failed tasks. So this file basically teaches trigger.dev of how to write. Okay, now I will start by giving it a command of a vague command. Let's start by, I want to create an automation which should run every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And the job of this automation should be to scrape me lead details for my website building agency, and the industry of this agency should be gyms, health industries. Just click on this. It's asking me some questions. So use skills, Claude may use instruction code. Yes. And the meantime, what I'll do is I'll click on bypass permissions. So it will no longer will be asking me permissions of asking to do this and that. So you need to enable the bypass permissions. I have shared how to do that in my previous videos. So you can check that out. So it's asking me where should the agent deliver the lead list every, it should share with me. Yeah. Email me via Gmail. Okay. Cool. Geography, I'll say US. What makes a business a good lead for your agency? No or poor website, no gym health. That's a poor website. It's fine. So it has created an agent which will run every week on Thursday, and next it will be running on June 18th. But here's the thing that I forgot. I should have added or made a plan mode first where it will give me a plan exactly of what it will be doing, and then I should have executed it. So for example, I would say I don't approve this plan or this agent, I want an automation in which I want the lead details in Google Sheet. And can you also create a .env file where I can add my API keys? I want you to disregard the agent that you have already built. I want you to give me a plan for this automation before you build anything else. Okay, this time it did create. And one more mistake that I want to share is that so up in the previously I had trigger/ref which was selected. Then I changed it to claude.md file. That's when it actually understood the assignment. So if you see here, it said it has disabled the cloud routine, and then it started to give me a plan. And while doing it, I changed the file from trigger ref to claude.md file, and that's when it understood, okay, now I have gotten the full picture of using the claude.md and defines a trigger.dev workflow builder process. Then it started to give me the entire thing about how it will be running, project structure, that this will be the project structure, SRC, trigger, gym leads, find leads, and TS is what you call as TypeScript. This is the kind of code which will be used in trigger.dev. Trigger.dev is more code first than visual first, unlike to what we have in n8n and Zapier. It will also create the .env file. I approve. I say I approve. Let's do it. Okay, so it has completed it. This is the build complete that it has. Find leads. This will be the process when and all. Google Sheet. It will be updating in the Google Sheet. It has created the .env file. I need to add these API keys. Google Sheet, tab, service account email. Yeah, service account key. All right. Now let me add the API key. So I have added all the API keys to the .env file. Now I would also need to connect my trigger.dev to this Claude. So what I will do is this project code that I need to add to trigger.config.ts. I'll just add that as well. So I have added the trigger project value as well here. So now the trigger.dev knows that which project I'm working on. Now that will be connected. Okay, now the trigger.dev says that authentication is successful. Also, as you can see, the task has been added here. Let me also help you guys explain or understand these two things, because I was also confused as a non-coder what exactly is this, like development and production, what is the difference between these two. So development is when you run code from your computer. It is safe for experimentation and tasks change quite frequently over here. It uses the development environment variables when we are doing it in development, and it stops working the moment we turn off our computer. All the test runs are done in this development phase or in the development environment, whereas in the production is like the deployed version, right? Right now we don't have it here. We have it in the development. So that's why you see the task running in the development one. So in the production phase, it runs on the trigger.development cloud server, and it continues to work even if we turn off our computer. It is intended for real lead collection, whereas in the development, it's mostly about the test leads. And all these runs that happens in production will appear in the production tasks and not on the development. I hope that clarifies. It's just the difference between test phase and the going live phase, just like how we build a website. That's it. I'll just go to the schedules to show you that it will, as instructed, it runs on Thursdays. As you can see here, the next run is on June 18th, and this is 1:30 p.m. I guess that's the time zone of there, whatever time zone that is. And this is right now in development phase environment. So it did a local test, fully verified. It has got 30 leads. Code is final and type checked. Dev server is still running locally. So it's in the development phase. It's running locally right now. The schedule is also for Thursday 7 p.m. Now, two things that should be done. Let me first verify if we have received the leads. Okay, I can see that we have received 30 leads. All looks good. Google, along with the Google Maps, websites, poor websites, social only. So yeah, really nice. We have yoga studios, martial arts schools. Great. So we have everything. We have leads over here. Now the next thing is that we need to push it live or in the production phase. Okay. Now since I checked it, it's working fine. It won't deploy it to production environment unless I say it. So when you say deploy, I will. So I'll say deploy. So it has deployed and verified, runs in trigger.dev cloud every Thursday at 7 p.m. IST. First schedule run on June 18th, and it's fully free. Whatever we are using, it's free. Yes, I moved from Google Map to OpenStreetMap, which does not need any API key and all. Self-maintaining, cities rotate weekly, duplicates are impossible. So yeah, it's pretty good. Now let's see if it has moved to the production phase as well. I'll click on development production. Yeah, it's in the production environment. Great. Now let's go to runs to check if it has run or not. It shows how it has run. The first attempt, which was for 1 minute, 39 seconds. It ran for cities for this run. Sheet already contains 30 leads. Found 166 candidates. in Austin, qualified late. So it shows up right here and it shows the cities that it has gone through: Austin, Denver, Nashville, and Charlotte. I wanted to push this code base to GitHub repo where we will have all the changes being tracked. And also I asked it to sync it with trigger.dev from GitHub and to create a new repo called deploy.dev test and make it a private repo. So GitHub got connected and it did create a repo. Let's check that out. So we have this repo right here and let's check if we have our automations in the SRC. Okay, we have our automations here as well. Wait, also want to check that our GitHub is connected to the trigger.dev as well. So we'll make sure that that's also done. Click on install GitHub app. So now GitHub got connected. As you can see here, every push to the selected tracking branch creates a deployment in the corresponding environment. So the production main branch, let's say I'll go here just to show that in the GitHub, we have this production main branch. So any changes done here would be moved to same change in the production phase in the deployment. So I'll just change it to deployment as a production. And then in the deployments, you will see that those changes will be shown. In the production, as you know that our task will only run at a particular time, like for the next run is on 18th June, right? So to test it out, I'll just click on task. Yeah, it is next scheduled on June 8th. I'll go in runs, click on this, just clicked on test. Let's see. That's click on run test, clicked on run test. As you can see, it's working right now. It's on progress. As you can see, cities for this run is it's still going on: Austin, Denver, Nashville, and Charlotte. So the test run that we did actually failed initially. So this one failed. So I checked why it was a failure. So the reason was primary server got overloaded. Now it is fixed. I just asked it to fix these two issues. Now I have to test it again. Replay run. Just click on replay run to see goes. Replay run. Okay, so we rerun that test and it was successful. And but at the same time, this was not able to get any leads for us because our model is trained in such a way that every week it will be running 4 separate cities. But for this week, we have already ran our automation for these 4 cities, even though it ran again with the test phase, but it was able to go through the exact same cities and exact same businesses. So that's why it did not add any new businesses to this sheet, or else it would have added. So when the same automation will be working next week, we'll be going through another 4 cities and we'll be getting those leads being captured in this sheet. It got verified that our automation is working. So it's completely fine in the production phase. So we are good here.